Okay, we will get started now for our Bountiful City Council meeting on Tuesday, October 14th, and we would begin with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Harper Vole.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Harper. And now we will have a prayer led by Pastor Neil of the Grace Lutheran Church. Thank you so much, Pastor Neil, for being with us tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, council members. It's a pleasure to be here. I have a brief thought. I was preparing for my usual duties, and I was reading a lesson from the 18th chapter of Luke's Gospel, where Jesus tells a parable about a widow and an unrighteous judge. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not implying anything about anybody, but I think there's something to be heard here in our times when I know that people have trouble listening to one another. I know there are people I have trouble listening to, and I'm supposed to be good at it. And so Jesus tells this parable of a woman who keeps coming to this public official saying, "Give me justice. Right my wrong, fix my problem." Careful there. And eventually the judge says, "I don't normally do this for people that aren't in my interest." And he says, "But I am so tired of this woman that I'm going to grant her request." And he gives her justice. And the irony of the story is that Jesus then tells us this judge is like God, in that he listened and he finally acted. In other words, Jesus puts it this way: if you think this unrighteous judge can be bullied into doing the right thing, imagine how much more God wants to hear the answer. Now, it's a parable for people that don't feel like they're getting justice in the world. But as a pastor, as someone who leads people in my congregation, I heard the parable for myself, and I think it's worth sharing with you as I will share it with my people. Sometimes the people that are hardest to hear are the ones we need to listen to most. It's not easy. It's a challenge, especially in these times. And so I just bring that word to you as a word of encouragement, that you and I, and hopefully those who gathered here to bring their issues before us, would listen to one another, and our community would grow tighter and stronger for it. So I invite you to briefly pray with me on this thought. Ever-present God, you come to your people in many forms. You tell us to pray, to seek justice, to do the right thing, and you give us examples. And for those of us, Lord, who are called to serve others, give us ears that we may hear. Give us patience that we might do the right thing, not because we have been cajoled or talked to or whatever else, but because we have set aside our own thoughts and said, what is right? So, Lord, be with this council meeting. Bless our leaders. Give them the ears to hear. Bless those of us that have come before this council, that we too might be heard and we might hear one another. So, Jesus, we ask these things in your precious name. Amen. Thank you for the privilege of speaking to you tonight.
It's really beautiful, Pastor Neil. Thank you.
That would be wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here tonight and for your help and work with the church. Thank you. We now will move to our public comment period. Each person has 2 minutes. If you'd like to speak, please just state your name and tell us where you live. We'd like to hear from you now. Seeing no one here for public comment, we'll move to consider approval of the minutes of a previous meeting held on September 23rd, 2025. And I did have one brief correction that I shared with Miranda, and it's just page 3 of the minutes, line 18. It's just that Mayor Kendall and Harris called the meeting to order. So are there any other changes or any other minute review?
Mayor, I'd be happy to make a motion if there are no further changes that we approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. And now, do we have someone from the Youth Council here tonight? Oh, excellent. Okay, sorry. Thank you. We'd love for you to come on up, and if you will tell us your name and tell us what the Youth Council is up to.
Mayor, if I could just take a tiny moment to
Yes, great.
introduce
Okay,
Stephen Theriot,
yes.
who has been here multiple times, because I want to recognize and acknowledge Stephen's service on the BCYC. In all of my time that I have served with this youth group, I think Stephen stands out as an exceptional leader, not just a leader, but a leader of the highest order. He always attends everything. He's on time. He helps set up. He helps take down. He is truly one of the most exceptional young men I've met and had the opportunity to work with. So I want to just state that, and I'm really excited for him as he is applying for colleges. I know he has a lot of big dreams, and I anticipate that he will fulfill those. He is a senior at Bountiful High School. He plays the trombone in the band. He's taken 5 AP courses, and his current favorite class is AP Stats, which I think might say a little bit about him. He's a smarty, he's a leader, he's musical, and he's just actually a lot of fun. So thanks for being here. Oh, and he serves as our BCYC city manager.
That's great. Thanks for that introduction. Thank you.
Thanks, Cecily. So most recently, last Tuesday, we did our graffiti cleanup project, surface project. And upcoming, we have our annual pumpkin patch, which will be on October 25th at North Canyon Park from 9 to 11 a.m. And it's for all the parents to bring their children so they can all have fun for the Halloween season. And yeah, thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. That's great. Okay, now we will have our council reports, and tonight we'll start with you, Councilwoman Bradshaw.
Thank you, Mayor. The South Davis Recreation District Board met last night, working on budget issues. As I've mentioned, the rec district's on a calendar year budget, so they're on a little different cycle than we're on as a city. One issue I wanted to mention that that came up and had a bit of discussion, and I think will be coming to us as a council probably later on, is the chiller at the ice ribbon needs a repair. The interlocal that dictates the ice ribbon, we of course as a city, it's our city park, we own the facility and the infrastructure, but we have an interlocal where the rec district operates, and for major repairs we have a 50-50 split for those things. So the compressor on the chiller has had issues for a number of years. There's concern that it's a very expensive piece of equipment, and if we're not able to do this repair, that it might then jeopardize the entire piece of equipment that would be very expensive. So the board voted to move forward with that, which means we'll likely see it here as an issue. We have a few residents that have long watched the ice ribbon and the unique arrangement with the rec district and the city in taking care of it. So confident we will hear from some of them about that repair as well. So wanted to make sure it was on your radar.
That's a good heads up. Thank you. Okay, was that everything for you?
That is it for now.
Okay. Councilman Higginson.
Thanks, Mayor. The draft plan of our general plan update continues to move through the Planning Commission. We see the numbers of those attending to speak publicly on the issues that are at hand decreasing by about 50% per meeting. But again, we will continue to tackle the sections as Francisco leads us through those, and hope to continue to get good input from the public. I'm fairly confident that we've only got maybe 2 meetings left. Do you think, Francisco?
Yeah, at the given rate, maybe even less, but
Yeah.
TBD.
So anyway, it's been a great process. We've got good minds on the Planning Commission. We've had great comments from the public. I think they're going to get us a good product for us to review with some recommended changes, although I don't know what those will be yet. But again, want to thank those of you who have been attending. I know that most of you have been there for those meetings to hear personally those comments and the discussion. So thanks for your interest. Thanks for your input. And we shouldn't be too much longer in the Planning Commission phase of that. So thank you.
Thank you. That's great. Councilman Murray.
Nothing to report on any of the assignments I have, but I do want to thank our city crew that did the hazardous waste dump this last week. I had the opportunity to take some stuff down myself, and good reminder to see how well run we are. And I was able to get in and out pretty quick, and I now have extra shelving space in my garage.
944 residents, according to Charles, people that came through the hazardous waste drop-off on Saturday. So
Awesome, man.
great event, keeping things out of our landfill, and thanks for the extra work for you and your staff. Thanks for that. Councilwoman Price Hewish.
Thanks, Mayor. The only thing I want to report on is this week is the last farmers market of the season. And so if you have not had the opportunity to go down and just enjoy the wonderful thing that the farmers market is, I would highly encourage, try and get there this Thursday. It's just so much fun. And those who have been stalwarts all summer long, selling produce and handmade goods and playing music, and every part of it is so great. And I want to say thank you, Brock, and your team, and our police department, who I know they are often on site. There are officers there just kind of mixing and mingling, and it's just such a magical thing. And so thank you for all that work, and get on down there if you haven't. Even if you have, go.
Thanks for that. We heard about the Youth Council Halloween activity coming up. There's also a trick-or-treat event on Main Street that the Main Street Merchants Association does on Halloween, and that's always a big hit on Halloween Day from 4 to 6. And so that's coming up as well. Okay, now we will consider approval of expenditures greater than $1,000 paid September 17th, 24th, and October 1st, as well as the August 2025 expense report.
Mayor, would it be okay if we asked Councilmember Child to give a report?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I skipped Councilwoman Child, and I definitely did not mean to. I'd love to hear if you have anything to report tonight.
I do. I just briefly wanted to report that the mayor and Gary Hill and I met with Mike and Annette Marston, who are the local representatives for Just Serve. We are looking for ways to help the service community, the different groups in the community, to better get their word out there, especially when they're looking for volunteers for things. So we did a little, they walked us through the site, and we decided that having these service groups trained in how to use the Just Serve platform might be beneficial. So our next Bountiful Community Service Council meeting, we'll have them come in November and give some training there. We appreciate all the good that these groups do, and while we don't sponsor them as a city, we definitely want to encourage all of the service that they do in the community. Thanks.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Councilman Higginson, for helping me not forget. Okay, thank you. So now we will consider approval of expenditures greater than $1,000 paid September 17th, 24th, October 1st, and the August 2025 expense report.
I had a question, Mayor, if I
Yes.
could, for
Sure.
our staff.
Mm-hmm.
On the September 17th report, there's an expenditure for lights for crew trucks for the water department of $98,000 and change. There's a similar lights and parts at the end of that list for $3,600 and change. And then on the October 1st, there's again lights, two different entries for lights for vehicles for the water department. And I was just curious, that especially that first one, it's a large dollar amount, and I may have forgotten, but maybe we approved some type of a procurement, but it seemed like a lot of lights and a big dollar amount when I added them up, so I was curious about that.
Thank you for the question. And we could go back and look. We do have, our code does provide allowance for routine purchases, even of large amounts, for example, like natural gas and things that we're doing on a regular basis, to just purchase without necessarily needing to come back to City Council. But I'm not sure how these fit into that. We'll take a look and see.
Thank you, and sorry for not getting it to you earlier as a
Thanks.
question.
Good question. Any other questions on this? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the expenditures greater than $1,000 be paid on September 17th, 24th, and October 1st.
Second.
And is that motion also to approve of the
Yes,
August?
sorry,
Okay.
August as well.
Expense report. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion passes. And now I'm really excited that we get to have a special guest. Tonight we are honoring Max Voll. And Max and your mom, Jeannie, would you be willing to come up here to the microphone? We'd love to hear from you tonight. So we understand that you are going to Broadway. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to ask Councilwoman Child to tell a little bit about your story, and then we'd love to hear from you. So I'll turn the time over to Councilman Child first.
Okay, I am so excited to have you here tonight, to have your cheering section here. Max lives in my neighborhood in Bountiful here, and he's a sixth grader at Legacy Prep, right? Yeah? Okay. Max was born with a cleft lip and cleft palate, and he's had a lot of surgeries over the years, haven't you, Max? Also over the years, all of the talented Voll kids, Max, Luke, and Harper, have performed in lots of musical theater shows. They're very talented. A few months ago, one of Max's doctors told the Volls that the best-selling book, Wonder, was being developed into a musical, and he encouraged Max to audition for the role. Wonder is a young adult novel and is about a boy with facial differences navigating a world of kindness and cruelty, and it's about choosing kindness. So at first, as I understand it, Max's mom, Jeannie, said no, but Max had a different idea. He said, how cool would it be to participate in something that teaches kindness? So Max went through all the auditions and eventually was flown back to New York for callbacks, where he earned the lead role of Augie.
Oh,
Isn't that amazing?
awesome.
So this summer, Max spent a month in New York City workshopping Wonder with the creative team and other actors, and he will be returning to New York in, 2 weeks?
On the 26th.
On the 26th, to begin rehearsals, and then it will open in Cambridge, Massachusetts in November for the world premiere run at American Repertory Theater. So Max, we just really wanted you to come today and let you know that the mayor and city council of Bountiful are very proud of you for your courage to participate in something that's really hard to do, but that will send a great message of kindness out into the world. We're proud of your family for raising great kids and for doing this for the world. So, Jeannie, is there anything that you'd like to add about this experience?
Do you want to say anything? You
I
don't
don't know. It's cool.
It's cool. That sums it up.
Yeah.
Well, I am just so grateful to be in this city, in this community. My husband and I moved to Bountiful from out of state in January of 2011, and I was pregnant with my oldest son. Take your moment.
He's hiding.
It's him. And we did not know anyone here, not a soul. And we, over the last almost 15 years of living in Bountiful, have just been welcomed and embraced by our neighbors and our friends and our adopted family and our school community. And that really kicked up in 2014 when Max was born. It was definitely a difficult time for us to navigate having a toddler and having a child now with medical difficulties and setbacks. And we've just been welcomed and embraced and supported through all those people that I said, and down to just our wonderful Bountiful community members. There is a specific cashier at Costco who has worked there at least since 2014. I don't know. I need to look at her name tag next time. And it was often difficult to go out into public because Max was recovering from so many surgeries and he had tape on his face and whatever various devices. And there's a song in the show Wonder that Max sings called Stare. And we got lots of stares, and it was really hard as a mom. And this cashier, she just always smiled at him, said hi to us, asked how we were doing. And I was there this weekend, and she was not up front. She was organizing clothes, and I stopped her. And through the years, we always see her, and my kids always recognize her. She still gives Harper stickers. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Yeah. And I stopped her, and I said, "Can I tell you something?" And I told her about this journey, and I was able to take the time to tell her how much it meant to me back then. And it was probably nothing on her radar, right? Just cashier. She knows who we are. She recognizes us, but her kindness and her taking the time to recognize us, it made a huge difference. And I wanted to tell her. So we are so lucky. We have so many wonderful people in Bountiful, and we're lucky to be here. And we will take a big part of Bountiful with us to New York and Massachusetts, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we are cheering you on, Max. Is there anything else you wanted to say, Beth?
We're cheering you on. We hope that eventually you'll come back and sing a song for us.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be great.
And that's okay in the contract.
And we're allowed to.
Right?
Max, is there anything you want to say?
I don't know. It's a big honor to be here. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, and you said you kind of had some mixed feelings about leaving.
Yeah, it's I'm really excited to go, but also kind of sad because I don't want to go.
Yeah. You'll miss being home, I bet, a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'll be an amazing experience, and then you'll come home.
Yes.
Yes.
And if any of you are out in Boston this winter, look me up. Come see the show. It's a beautiful show.
That's great.
Yes.
Well, we are so excited for you. Let's give Max a hand. I don't know anybody from Bountiful that's gone to Broadway. This is awesome. Can we get a picture with you?
We'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're willing to come up here, maybe just come up here where we are, and we'll just kind of stand here with you, if that's okay. Do you want to come around? Come around. Do you guys want to come? Yeah, we'll come over here. I thought we were going to. Yeah, we should. And we have this gift certificate for you. I mean, this certificate, but it's spelled wrong, so we're gonna just show the picture, but then we'll get you the right one. Yeah, that would be nice.
Oh, dang, I can't do it. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, I am kind of chunky. You know the phrase break a leg? Break a leg.
Yeah, we'll have a picture when he's super famous.
This certificate of recognition, we spelled his name wrong, so we're going to get the one where it's spelled right, but I just want to read it. It says it's presented to Max Voll by the Mayor and City Council in recognition of your outstanding achievement in earning the role of Augie in the Broadway-bound musical Wonder. Your talent and courage to teach the world kindness have brought pride to our community and serve as an inspiration to others. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Max. Let's give him one more round of applause. Thanks for coming tonight, and thanks for everyone who came to support Max. And we understand if you have to leave. Also, you're welcome to stay if you'd like to. So, thanks for being here tonight. Yeah. Okay, we will now turn the time over to Francisco Astorga to consider approval of resolution number 2025-09.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. During the recent legislative sessions, the state required cities with fixed guideway stations to prepare a station area plan that would promote housing, sustainability, access, and transportation choices. The Woods Cross Frontrunner Station sits just west of Bountiful, and only a very small portion covers that half-a-mile mandatory radius. Most of this area is a UDOT right-of-way. And then we've got the site that I will always refer as the Sisler site, and that subsequent parking lot just to the south of that. We've identified the area. It's isolated. We don't see any future development going through, and simply it cannot support transit-oriented objectives. Therefore, we prepared the resolution indicating that would be impractical for Bountiful City to comply with the state statute to complete that station area plan. We're recommending adoption of resolution number 2025-9, which would fulfill our obligation to analyze this and move forward with this, with this resolution indicating that it would be impractical for us to have a station area plan.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What questions do you have, Council?
I don't have any
from me,
questions.
Mayor.
Happy to make a motion if there aren't any other questions.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, great.
I'd make a motion that we pass resolution 2025-09 on station area plans.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, well, that passes unanimously. Thank you. And now, Greg Martin, we'll turn the time over to you to consider approval of the purchase of 35 desktop computers.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. I do want to start by saying I don't get out much. Kept locked in the basement here for the most part, so I haven't had the opportunity to welcome back Council Member Higginson, but I did want to say it's good to see you.
Thanks.
As you well know, the IT department is responsible for maintaining the computer systems here for the city, for the employees and the back-end servers and so on and so forth. We are, once again, looking to purchase a batch of computers, 35 computers. We have standardized with Dell computer systems. We do purchase directly from Dell because they are on state contract and they give us fabulous pricing. We are looking to purchase 35 computers this year at a cost of $33,285. And staff would recommend that you approve the purchase through, again, Dell Direct for these computers. Be happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you. Questions?
Happy to make a motion that we approve the purchase of the 35 computers for $33,285 from Dell Direct.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And thanks for your work to help our computers run smoothly so that we can do the work that we need to do. We'll turn the time now over to Mr. Brock Hill, our Parks Director, to consider approval of the purchase of a 2025 Ford F-150 XL work truck.
That was fast. I wasn't ready. Sorry. Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. I appreciate the opportunity to be here tonight with you. I appreciate the conversation earlier about the e-bikes. I thought that was well presented. I appreciate Chief Beeler and his staff too. They've been remarkable in helping us, and they're doing the best they can. We understand that, and it's a difficult challenge, so thank you for your consideration there. I would like you to call your attention to the staff report for the crew work truck for the Parks Department. We rely heavily on our pickup trucks. This is just a pickup truck. It's a crew truck that would be used by our staff on day, every day in the maintenance procedures and all the tasks that we do in our parks and now trails and other areas. We rely on those heavily, and therefore they have to be reliable and in good shape. And every so often we are required to replace one, and this would be a replacement for an aging out vehicle. I requested quotes from 4 different dealerships. I only got 3 in return. You can see there on the report that Young Ford, under the state contract, is the low bid for $45,722. This is budgeted for this year in our capital equipment budget, so it is part of our budget process. Staff asks for approval by City Council to proceed with the purchase of this 2025 Ford F-150 in the amount of $45,722 from Young Ford as the state contract holder and low price bidder. Happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Brock. Anybody?
Mayor, I have a question. Often when we see a work truck come in front of us, there's an additional package that might be coming later, like something that, is added onto the truck to haul equipment or supplies, different things like that. Will this truck have a different component to it or an additional component at some period in time that needs to be added on for equipment?
It will not, and everything that we need and have asked for is in the bid price. If there is a truck box and those kinds of things, that typically comes out of our operations budgets.
Okay, thanks. With that, if no one else has any questions, I'd be happy to make a motion that we approve the purchase of the work truck at the stated price from Young Ford.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That motion passes unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
And is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.